Folks that didn't play at the Woodstock, they declined the invitations. Among those are the Beatles, and John wouldn't play unless Yoko Ono's Plastic Ono Band was allowed to play, and they said they didn't want that crap at Woodstock, so he didn't play.
That's where I got it.
And the Doors, they didn't think it would turn out to be anything, so they decided not to play.
I love it because it was little fun.
And let's see, who's the next group here?
And then my children.
Oh, Led Zeppelin. Led Zeppelin was asked to play, but they were playing already in Asbury Park in New Jersey, so they opted not to go. The Byrds were going to play, but they had been on a touring festival circuit, and they weren't sure whether they would get paid. They were kind of burned out from touring, so they kind of declined, and they wished they hadn't after hearing about Woodstock. Tommy James and the Shondells, they were told a pig farmer out in upstate New York wants them to play on his farm, and of course they were in Hawaii at the time, and Hawaii sounded a lot better than a pig farm in New York, so they opted out. Bob Dylan opted out. Apparently that weekend his son got ill, and he was kind of pissed off at all the hippies that were congregating around his house at Wallkill, New York, where the Woodstock was originally supposed to be. And so he didn't play. The Moody Blues, they backed out because they discovered they were already booked in Paris, so they didn't go play. Spirit, and they were already scheduled elsewhere. Didn't know how big it was going to become, so they didn't play. And Joni Mitchell canceled out, and the reason she canceled, her manager coerced her into canceling because she was going to be on the Dick Cavett show that weekend. So, some oddball facts about Woodstock, since this is Woodstock weekend. And I had a request to do some Woodstock stuff, and I did do a set earlier before a lot of people were here, and I'll do a couple of songs from Woodstock. The first one is from the first performer at Woodstock, Richie Havens, which was an accident. He was supposed to have come on like 4th or 5th. And I don't know, the Maharishi was supposed to come up and do an invocation or something like that. And a couple other performers, but he couldn't get there because of the crowd. And Richie, I guess, they had a farm helicopter that flew him to his hotel, and as soon as he got to the hotel, he said, "Hey, can you go on?" Sure. So they flew him out to the stage, and he got up and he did well, he thought he was going to do a 40-minute set, and nobody showed up after his 40 minutes, so they asked him if he could do 3 more songs. He did those 3 songs, and they asked him if he could do 3 more. He did those, and it went on until he ended up doing about 3 hours, almost 3 hours, I guess. And the song I'm going to do is the last song he ended with. And his voice at that time sounded about like my voice does right now, so it ought to fit right in. So we'll give it a shot here and see if I can get it started.
Well, the funny part is
sometimes I feel like a motherless child. Sometimes I feel like a motherless child. Sometimes I feel like a motherless child. Long way from my home. Freedom, 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 freedom. Sometimes clap your hands. Clap your hands. Clap your hands. Said clap your hands. Clap your hands. Clap your hands. Clap your hands. Hey, hey. Hey, hey. Hey, 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 hey. Oh, hey. Hey, hey. Got a telephone in my pocket. I can call him up anytime. Got a telephone in my bosom, and I can call him up anytime. This is before cell phones. I got a telephone in my bosom, and I can call him up anytime. Long way from my home. Freedom, 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 freedom. Sometimes I feel like a motherless child. Sometimes I feel like a motherless child. Sometimes I feel like a motherless child. Long way from my home. Now, if you look at the chords that I'm playing, the chords that Richie Havens played in the movie, it's a little different. That's because he doesn't know how to play chords. He tuned the guitar and then played bar chords so he can play all these chords. I guess I know a little more about guitar. I can't beat his vocals. He's great. Anyway, that's the end of the song.